Thank you so much, Ranking Member Raskin. Mr. Speaker, I rise today in strong opposition to H.R. 7109, the Equal Representation Act. The U.S. Constitution requires a count of the whole number of persons in each state. Counting every person has been the legal, historical, and constitutional practice ever since the first census conducted in 1790. A citizens-only census, as this legislation intends, is reckless, cynical, and frankly illegal. It is not the Census Bureau's job to keep track of immigration status. It is also not the Census Bureau's job to determine one's allegiance, just like the insurrectionists on January 6th. We have agencies for both of those tasks. The census guides more than $2.8 trillion a year in federal funding and is distributed to states, cities, and towns. This includes funding for Medicare, Medicaid, schools, roads, and other critical public services. And not counting every whole person may decrease federal money, even in some of my colleagues' districts. Non-citizens make up about 6.7% of our nation's population of 333 million people. They are our loved ones, friends, neighbors, and those who've been actively contributing to and participating in our communities for many years. Pretending that non-citizens do not live in our communities, and that's exactly what this bill would do, pretend, will only instill fear, force people into the shadows, and take critical federal funding away from the areas that need it the most. Throughout our nation's history, there have been several attempts at adding a citizenship question to the census, all of which have failed. As a daughter of immigrants and as the representative of a diverse community of constituents who have arrived from many corners of the world, I've adamantly fought against these attempts. In 2018, the previous administration attempted to add a citizenship question to the census, which Senator Hirono and I and others fought against in Congress. This was
the gentlelady. Grant the lady an additional 30 seconds. The gentlelady is recognized for 30 seconds.
This was subsequently blocked by the Supreme Court. We cannot let this latest attempt succeed. Calling this legislation the Equal Representation Act is an oxymoron, and I am voting no and urge my colleagues to vote no.
The gentlelady yields back.